This person that did you wrong had a fall from grace. It seems at one time they were a person of truth and light. Something changed. Something changed over time where they became a distortion of themselves and barely recognizable. But you were able to stick to your path. You were able to stick to your truth. There's so much here to discover and see really what was going on at the time. This person seemed to be one that really fought for justice, fought for a cause, fought for maybe a business venture, or even for love. They were a person that had principles and they really said, okay, this is important to me. But it turned out to be a little more than just words, okay? Just a little. Because for a while, things were going okay. They were supportive. They helped you out with different problems. They were there for different occurrences that may have happened, okay? But then things started to get a little tougher. Things started to get a little bit more serious. And that's really truly when you know who a person is. You never compromised. You held your ground. This person, as soon as they were stuck, they truly said, okay, I don't know what to do here. I'm starting to panic and I'm starting to really see what kind of easy ways I can get to. What's the easiest way that I can solve this problem? And what happened was they started to compromise themselves, but even more importantly, they started or tried to compromise you in your soul path. They tried to maybe persuade you to do something that was not in what you had discussed. Or maybe they even did something without discussing it with you, and it was a representation of you. Maybe they did a business dealing or a contract without consulting you, or they bought a big purchase without telling you about it. Maybe they even made a friend or a contact or said, yes, you would do something without telling you about it. So then you were roped in, or so they thought. You were able to hold your ground and you said, no way, no way. You saw what was happening. You had the clarity and the knowledge, and you said, this is not for me. I am not doing this. I don't care if it embarrasses you. You're the one that said it, and I'm not going to do it. So you tell them whatever you have to do, but I'm not going to be the one that does it. So you had to cut off ties from this person, because the more and more you tried to reason with them, the more and more they were trying to be greedy. They wanted things for themselves. They wanted the best way for them. They lacked this inner strength, and honestly, this inner strength became more violent. Maybe just in words, but also they were out for revenge for people that did them wrong. So they knew how to fight for themselves as far as, maybe a justice or different ways of winning a quarrel through words. But then they became this revenge kind of cycle. They really changed over time. They became bitter. And this was not an easy thing for you to watch. At one point in time, you respected this person, but you were able to pull yourself away and say, all right, they chose that, and I don't have to be here for that. They aren't dragging me down with them. Because if a person is drowning and you go to save them without the right process, you can drown with them. They can pull you down. And that's what was happening, metaphorically. So with that, they really are on their own, and you are going your own way. And you have seen many different opportunities come up now because you've moved away from them. You've moved away from their influence, moved away from their name, maybe even started your own company. There's a definite divide there. So whatever karma they were using or whatever path they were on, it's changed for you. You're no longer influenced by them. You're no longer influenced by their energy. You were able to do a cold, hard stop on that. Even though some of you, it was painful to do so because you saw how far they fell, but you were able to really be on your own. Now you're exuding this beauty and grace that you always do, because this card always comes up. You are the Queen of Wands. And this is something that is so important to you, to have this beauty and grace and natural attraction around you. But it's not just for show. You walk your talk. You're able to really tell the truth, the hard truth, when it needs to be told. And that is something people respect you for. They look forward to that. They say, okay, I can respect you because you walk your talk, you walk your soul path, you are you. You are in full of integrity. And you're looking back on what happened, and you're really able to see, okay, this did happen with this other person that did me wrong, but I learned a lot. And I'm able to take what I learned and move forward with it in my own way, in my own vision. And you're really able to bring together a whole bunch of different elements. And I really think this is divine timing for you. I think this is a huge level up and a change for you, where you are going into your next level. You're moving up. And this is an important time for you. This was a hard lesson for them, which they're still going through, and for you, which you're moving on from. So if you are in this situation yourself, when you're really seeing somebody and it's out of your control, right? And they're just trying to fight everything that is going on. They see something inevitable and they want to make this quick fix. They want to do something about it that's going to cure it now, but not later. And it's going to drag your name through the mud. Just know that you have that strength to stick to your principles, stick to your truth, however hard it is, because that is going to be what really elevates you and gets you to the next level in the end. And you can still be proud of yourself. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Spirit, for being here. This was a powerful one today. And if you ever feel the calling to go to robomonktarot.com, you can go there and find private readings or spirit coaching if you have a big question that you want to ask, and it'll take several different sessions. We can do that too. Or if you want to go to my other channel, RoboMonk Oracle, it's all about love, and I'll see you over there. Many blessings to you, and I'll see you next time.